I'm telling y'all, if Impact had a little bit more of a budget and somebody to invest in them, they'd be taking over. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, she means always, they mean always, you mean always, an instant classic.
Danny Dog! Hi, JJJ.
We'll see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
You know, I want to change it up. I want to change it up today. I really do. First off, what's going on, good people? DJ here, Justin over there. I want to change it up today. I feel like I always host these things, and I'm gonna make Justin host it. I'm gonna put him on the spot.
Gonna put me on the spot.
I'm gonna put him on the spot. I'm gonna make Justin host this one, and I'm gonna sit back and relax. No, I'm still gonna talk, but I don't know. I was like, well, I might as well put Justin on the spot today and let him host it. Plus, I didn't write down all the promos. That's my real issue here.
I didn't really write down much promos.
I didn't write down all the promos, so I was hoping he helped me out. But you want to host this one? You want me to? I don't care. I'm good either
I don't care. I don't care how we do it.
You know what? You go ahead and do it. Let's change it up. Let's change it up. The Impact Gurus are back again. Let's change it up.
Let's change it up. Here we go. So, DJ, let me know your full thoughts on this pay-per-view. Like, what do you think about the show?
Aye. That's not bad. I usually I is bad for me. Like usually it's just like you might as well just cut it off. So I feel like Impact done come out here and do it again. They done it again, Justin. This was a good show. There was a couple matches I didn't care about, like the 10-man tag team match they had with
between the Bullet Club and Honor No More.
Yeah, I mean, like the concept was cool. Honor No More being there was cool. Bullet Club being there was cool. But I am so 10-man tag team matched out. Like I am. I can't. Like AEW has ruined that entire concept for me right now. So I need a little bit of time now. Like I do enjoy like elimination matches. I think it's just like the traditional 10-man, 12-man, 8-man, even 6-man at this point tag team matches is just it's throwing me off right now. It's just not leaving a good taste in my mouth. I just don't like it. You know, I just like I don't know what it is right now. Like that's the only match that I was just like, I don't really care. I'm not gonna watch it. Like out of everything else I thought was pretty good. I mean, I think there was some high spots and some low spots. I think there were honestly way more high spots than there were low spots. I think Impact deserves a lot of credit for that. I wasn't a huge fan of Tasha Steelz and Havoc. I just wasn't. I'll get into it a little more later. But I mean, other than that and the 10-man tag match, which I'm sure was good, I just didn't feel like I couldn't take it. Other than that, I thought it was pretty good, and I mean, at least it had a purpose for the show. But I mean, I have thoughts on it. That match I just couldn't do it. But overall thoughts, Justin, what was you? How was you feeling about this show?
Like I said this multiple times before, but like Impact, they're doing great stuff right now, and they make these shows feel important. I mean, they have pretty good surprises on here. I mean, there were a few surprises we on here which I wasn't expecting. Well, actually, there was one I was expecting, but there was one that I really, really like that threw me for a swerve. But I actually definitely agree about the 10-man tag team match, between Honor No More and Bullet Club. I definitely think especially what AEW is doing right now. Like they have so many tag team matches over there, especially what stuff is going on with the Young Bucks or whatever they're calling their team, the Young Bucks or the Undisputed Bucks or whatever they're calling their whole tag team right now.
The Undisputed Elite or something like that.
The Undisputed Elite, yeah, there we go. Like that stuff is like having me drained right now. Like I'm just.
My thing is too, and I want to mention too before you get into too much of your overall thoughts. I wanted to say too, like I feel like, how do I say this? I feel like Impact is good, but they're almost like I had a good analogy and I didn't write it down, so now I forgot it. But I'll think about it later. But I just feel like Impact is good. I just wish they had somebody to invest into them. I feel like if they had the money to invest and to make their show feel a little bit bigger, and like maybe have bigger. I don't even care if they stay in the same general arena for a good portion of time, like they kind of did with the Impact Zone, uh, basically throughout their entire history. But until, of course, recently when they were bought out by Anthem. But I mean, I feel like Impact is good, but I also feel like if they had more money, I feel like they could do more. I feel like that's always been the issue. I think with Impact, I think it's been less about the in-ring. I think the in-ring has always been good. They've always been pretty consistent with that. They've been pretty consistent about keeping you interested throughout
In
the
the
show.
stories,
In the stories. Like, I mean, I didn't get a chance to watch Rebellion yet. Still, I didn't get a chance to watch Rebellion, but I was still interested in this show, and I still wanted to watch this show, and not just because I was doing a review on it. Like, I genuinely like I really did, Justin. Like, I genuinely enjoyed this show. Like, I found myself being like, ooh, oh yeah, that was so freaking good. Let's go. Yeah, what the heck? Like, I really did. Like, I really found myself enjoying this show. Like, I don't know what it was about this show that was different. I don't know if
It's because they were in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's why. Because you're secretly a Bengals fan.
That's what it is. Yep, it gets me every time. No, but like I don't know what it is. This show, like, not even just this show, but just like it was just something enjoyable about this. I can't even put my finger on it. I just really enjoyed it. Like, and maybe it was just that it was just that a really good show. I think it had a couple of iffy matches, and really it was just one. But other than that, I think I truly, I just really enjoyed this show. Like, I don't know what it was. I really found myself like smiling and happy throughout this show. I really like this was a good little break I needed to watch this show. Yeah, but back to your overall thoughts. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that.
But okay, so kind of going back, like this is kind of going back to AEW here. So, I mean, people get so excited, like oh yeah, who's gonna be showing up? Like I feel like Impact used to be that way. Like, oh, who's the former WWE superstar they're gonna be signing this week, or like I feel like that's what AEW is turned to. Like each week you're tuning in and like, oh yeah, who's gonna be showing up, this week, and like, but Impact here, they really tie me in like with their whole stories that they're doing, and like the match quality is really good. I mean, the budget, like even though it's small, I'm still enjoying what they're doing right now. And I think, like I said, I think Impact is like the best solid wrestling show, like the best alternative right now to like WWE. But
I mean,
it was a good show.
Impact's net worth is $4 million. Now, I don't have $4 million. I don't have $4 million laying around just to go and buy Impact and invest money in it. But
I heard Casey does. I heard Casey has that.
Maybe he might have $4, but I feel like I just want somebody, like, I don't know. I want somebody who is interested in wrestling. Like, and maybe that's what it was small when Billy Corgan was there too. I don't know. Like, it's just weird. Like, Dixie Carter gets so much freaking flack, and I get it. She wasted a lot of money. She invested a lot in a lot of things that probably she shouldn't have invested in. But dang on it did Impact feel big time when Dixie, yeah. But I mean, but dang on it did Impact feel big time when Dixie was over there. Like, you gotta credit her a little bit. I know we want to discredit Dixie as much as possible, but I mean, at least she made the show feel big. And like, there's nothing wrong with having a smaller show. Like, I mean, Ring of Honor historically has been small for its entire existence, but it's still a good wrestling show. It still over the years has been a good wrestling show. But I mean, I don't know. There's something about wrestling that like just feels better in an arena. And I don't know, like, with budgeting, I don't know if they just don't, the turnout's not good enough. I don't know, but I want to see Impact to like rise back up again, because I feel like they have like everything you need, just not the money. right? Like they
Mhm.
really do. Like they have. I mean, there's talent all over the place. Like, I mean, even freaking Steve Macklin, who I wasn't interested in 2 days ago, like even him had me like watching that match, like, okay, I like this freaking guy now. I don't know what it is. Like they have, like I feel like they have good writers, right? Like I just feel like if they could find some sort of a better budget, I would be happy. I would be so happy to see Impact find a better budget and showcase that they deserve this.
And a better
Netflix,
TV network
Netflix,
also.
buy it, just buy the whole company. Buy the whole company, keep the employees. You got the money. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, somebody like it's like I just feel like if Impact had AEW money, what could be, what
Mhm.
could be. But anyway, sorry. Just
Okay, so let's go ahead and quit wasting time. Let's actually talk about the show here. So the first match, did you watch the pre-show or anything, or
I did
the
not.
countdown to Under Siege? Okay, I didn't either. So first match we had was
Before the
Madison Rain
siege.
before the siege. Yes, exactly. We had Madison Rain going up against Giselle Shaw, if I can say her name right. Which Giselle Shaw went over Madison Rain. What's your thoughts on this match?
Oh man, man, man! What a way to start the show. It's funny. I came into this match and I was like, nope, not gonna watch it. Not gonna watch it because I had heard that the inspiration were like taking a break or something, and I was like, dang on it. The freaking what's the name of Madison Rain's team? Why am I blanking on it?
The influence.
The Influence. I was like, I just knew the Influence were transitional champions, and I don't like this. So at first I thought it was a tag team match, and then my brain clicked, and I was like, oh, it's a singles match. Okay, I'm a little more into it. Let's see what this Giselle is about. Let's see what this Giselle Shaw is about, right? And I mean, going against Madison Rain is for me, first time I've seen her, is a good start. So I was excited. And I started watching it, and I was like, okay, I'm liking this because Madison's a freaking pro's pro, and Giselle Shaw, if you don't know her, she's good. I mean, I've seen her for one match; she's pretty darn good. The wheelbarrow driver thing, whatever that was
The Massive
amazing.
Rated, that was nice.
That was beautiful. I like them both. I really do. Like I love Madison Rain. I've always have, and she was kind of that bright spot wrestling wise of the beautiful people. Love Madison Rain, and then also I'm liking Giselle Shaw. I don't know much about her, still learning about her, but I like her a lot. Right, I really do. I mean, and the running knee at the end to get the win, a little running like bicycle knee type thing that Shaw did. I like her. It makes me want to see more of her. Like I want to see what she's gonna do. I want to see how they book her more. Because I mean, I've always felt like the knockouts have been pretty consistent throughout. The talent has changed, but at the same time, they've always had good women's wrestlers in Impact. And I think Giselle Shaw adding to that list. I think she's good. I thought this match was awesome for just a beginning of the show match. Like I guess she's trying to get into the tag title picture or something like that. I mean, just a good way to start the show. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it kind of seems odd, like with the match, with Alicia Edwards being like the manager, like or being with Giselle Shaw. Like it kind of seems weird because I feel like a more of a fit would be like Lady Frost and Giselle Shaw. I feel like that might be because I mean Giselle Shaw and Lady Frost have been going at it quite a bit on Impact. So I feel like maybe they would have them become like a tag team. But yeah, this Giselle Shaw, she's been really, really surprising me. Like, and like DJ said, we don't really know much about her right now, but like she's been doing some pretty decent stuff, and I thought it was a solid opener right here. I really wasn't expecting Giselle Shaw to get the win here though. Like I really wasn't expecting it at all. Like I said, solid opener here. And then next we had a backstage segment with Gia interviewing the Briscoe brothers, and I thought this was a really good interview. They mentioned how they're going to take the tag team titles back to Sandyport, and I like how on commentary, I don't know who it was, maybe it was Tom Hanfield. He was like, "This is the best promo I've ever seen since that 33 and third percent,
Yeah,
33 and 3% or something like that." So I thought that was very funny from commentary. But what's your thoughts on this promo here?
For me, I felt like it was good. Like I mean, it's typical Briscoes, right? Like you're not gonna get a bad promo out of the Briscoes, and you know the way they've kind of defined themselves as this just unique tag team over the years, and they just continue to be that. You know, very believable. Just you know, I think the thing that got me the most, like what I was most excited to see, was the fact that they were outside of Ring of Honor. I feel like we haven't seen the Briscoes outside of Ring of Honor in forever. You know, it's just nice to see them somewhere else, and that's no offense to Ring of Honor. That's more so just saying like, you know, it's nice to see other wrestlers in different promotions. You know, I mean, they're soon to be Ring of Honor Hall of Famers, right? Like they're mainstays in Ring of Honor. They like it, they're almost like the Randy Orton, right? The Randy Ortons of Ring of Honor. Like it's like they're not leaving. You know, they're not leaving. They never wanted to leave. I mean, I'm not saying they never wanted to leave to go anywhere else, but like they never did, right? They never left to go anywhere else. It was always Ring of Honor. Like Ring of Honor literally had to be bought out and not doing shows for them to go somewhere else. Like, I mean, you know, the loyalty from them, I think has always been amazing to me. But it was just nice to see them outside of Ring of Honor. That was my biggest thing that I took from this. Like, I mean, I love the Briscoes. Obviously, you know, one of the top tag teams of all time. But at the same time, you know, to see them doing some other things, I just really enjoyed that. I don't know what it was. The Briscoes are legends at this point, so it's kind of like it was just cool to see them doing some other stuff outside of Ring of Honor. I don't, you know, and like I said, no offense to Ring of Honor, but at the same time, you know, it was just cool to see them in Impact. I think that was the you know funnest part.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that. And also, so the Briscoes, they were back at the Multiverse of the Matches show, or back in, during like WrestleMania weekend, they were going up against the Good Brothers, which that's the first time they were going for the titles there. And then I thought they were going to be one of the mystery teams at Rebellion, which I thought they should have been. Rather than, because like they were announced, like the Briscoes were announced that they were going to be showing up at the TV tapings, which kind of took away from my surprise, kind of took away from the surprise factor. But I'm happy that the Briscoe Bros are here in Impact. I don't know if they're fully like signed with Impact, but I'm happy what they're doing. Like, and it's kind of a breath of fresh air, and see them like out of side of Ring of Honor here and stuff. It's something different, and I feel like if Rabid was watching Impact, he would he would love the Briscoes, because you know how his favorite team is the Bushwhackers. They kind of remind me a lot of the Bushwhackers a little bit.
Well, and I think too, like the thing about the Briscoes is they've always come off as authentic. Like they've never come off as a gimmick. And like once again, like that's nothing against guys who are gimmicks, right? Guys who are defined by gimmicks. That's nothing against the Takers of the world. That's nothing against the Danhausen's of the world. But at the same time, not to compare the two, but at the same time, like, it's cool to see wrestlers that are authentically themselves too. You got to have that balance. You got to have that balance of, we got character driven wrestlers here. We got more like, this is who I am turned up to 8,000 degrees here. So that's what I've always liked about them too. Like it's always felt realistic and authentic and believable with the Briscoes. Even when Jay was going after the world championship, or he was coming back from injury, I think, back when he faced Jay Lethal, one of my favorite things Ring of Honor ever did. That whole thing with the unification and everything. Just the believability of it. And then, of course, Mark is hilarious. He's literally, I think Casey and Mark are the same person. Just the way they talk. Like if you watch any of our TikToks, you will and you hear Casey speak, you'll probably be like, that's literally Mark Briscoe. So I'm just gonna throw that out there for you guys, just in case you haven't noticed it.
They have a third brother.
Chase Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe. Cassie Briscoe. Next match we have here is Steve Maclin going up against Chris Sabin, which I'm trying to figure out who won this. Wasn't Chris? Yeah, Chris Sabin won this match, but it was by like a small package. Yeah. So I thought this was a really good match, but I think
he won with the cradle shot.
Oh yeah, he did win the cradle shot. Yeah, that's right. I thought it was a small package or something.
It looks like a small package the way he pins them, but.
Yeah. But I thought this was a really good match. Really hard hitting between both guys. And I even like how Macklin, interacts with the crowd and stuff. You know how he gets up in their faces sometimes. I really enjoy that. Um, and so they were both these two guys really have good chemistry with each other. So I thought it was a really good match. But I feel like they should have had Steve Macklin win here. I mean, Steve Macklin did win. I mean, he won at the Rebellion show, and which also like during like the pre-match like video package this, Steve Macklin, he was upset that he wasn't a part of the World Championship match, which I think that he should have been like in that World Championship match because he's been pretty dominant lately, and I like what Steve Macklin is doing here. Like he's been growing on me as of late. But what's your thoughts on this match?
I can't agree more. I think Steve Macklin went from a guy who I was excited to see to I didn't care about to now I'm like really excited to see how much more he's going to grow within Impact. And I don't think it was necessarily his fault. I think it was just like the initial how did they determine how we get to know him. I think Steve Macklin comes off as like, the typical baby face when he's a face. So I think turning him heel was probably the best thing they could have done to kind of just, I think some guys just relish in that heel mentality. Like that gives them everything they need. Like there's some guys who can do both, but I think there's certain guys who just fit better in one. I feel like, I mean, Ewa's another guy who can do both very well. But I feel like with this match, first off, I felt like I wanted some more video packages with just within the show in general. But like, especially for some of the matches that were more not title matches, right? I wanted a couple more video packages so I could catch up a little bit more on what was going on why Steve Macklin was doing this, why is Steve Macklin a heel, right? Like I felt like this match kind of needed that to showcase, who is Steve Macklin? Why is he the way he is? Like, what, who is this guy? Like that was my biggest thing. But I feel like he's really believable as like a smash mouth brawler. Easy for me to say. Smash mouth brawler. He is he's believable in that sense. I think he looks like, just like a gritty, he just has a gritty demeanor about him. And I think that works for him. The senton catch it into the power bomb on the apron. That was good. And I don't know how they even pulled that off. Like, like he caught him so low. I was thinking, he's going to hit the ground. Like, but they pulled that off pretty much flawlessly. And then the false finish with Macklin grabbing the rope was really good too. It really felt like he was going to, kind of steal the victory off of that. And they did a good job with that. The little corner kick botch, of course that happens. I love you wrestling fans, but botches are going to happen. And I think it's how you either cover them up or adjust to the fact that it happened. And I think sometimes that's on the commentary team to say such, because I don't know, like, it's hard for me to say, because I'm not a wrestler. I don't know any of the training, or if something like that happens to where it looks that bad, are you supposed to redo it? Are you supposed to fake like it happened, but at the same time it didn't hit as much? Or are you supposed to act like it made full contact? I've always wondered that about wrestlers, because some wrestlers will realize that something botched and they will make that adjustment. They'll do it again, which I've never really liked. I like it more when if something does botch, it's like, oh, he barely hit it, and I think that's on the
see that's the too. Same. I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I definitely like when commentary goes like, oh, that didn't have as much force as we thought it did. Like, or yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't hit that the way he wanted to. I think that's the best way to cover it up, because I mean it happens, right? It like it happens. If somebody in football whiffs on a block, you're not going to be like, well, dang, he whipped on the block. He's going to try to like adjust and make, he's not going to give up on it. He's going to adjust and try to figure out what he can do about it. So I think it's the same, it's the same way. Like, I think it's on the commentary team to make up for that a little bit, and the wrestler in the ring to figure out, okay, oh crap, let me still go for the cover, because, I feel like I did feel like I hit him. I always think that it's always interesting to see when people do botch something, like how do they adjust to it. And then I felt like the transition in this match were really good. Like they worked well together. They worked so well together. Like they have so much history. And I like that they worked, that they made it feel like they've been wrestling each other for forever. They did a good job. It really felt like they worked their butts off in this match. I liked it. Surprised Sabin won just because I felt like they were kind of going to keep the train rolling with Macklin. But I mean, still a good match. And even still, like, I don't even mind like 50-50 booking. I don't mind any of that. But like, I feel like too, you should. I almost feel like the face should never have that shining moment. If you're trying to build someone, like if you're trying to build Macklin as this dastardly heel who is never truly satisfied, then I think it makes a little bit more sense to maybe even have him attack him after the match or something. Just to like, it's still Sabin gets the win, but at the same time, it still keeps Macklin strong, or at least keeps Macklin, going after what he wants to go after, which in this case is Sabin for now. But
yeah. Okay, next thing we had was Deonna Purrazzo. She was backstage getting interviewed before her title, before the rematch, before a title match. And she kind of got upset. She kind of got offended. Like how Gia was questioning her, questioning her accomplishments that she was doing. She's a four-time women's champ, four-time women's champion. Like
four-time women's champ.
Yeah, exactly. And she's won all these matches, and she said that it's going to be no different here tonight. She's going to get back her title. And I just like how Deonna Purrazzo comes off with her promos and stuff, or with her interviews and stuff. I really enjoy that from her. And like Deonna Purrazzo's gotten so much better. But what's your thoughts on this segment here?
Yeah, and I feel like too, like you can't. Like she comes off, like you said, as believable, right? And I think the biggest thing is like she's upset that she lost the title, right? Like I feel like sometimes that's lost sometimes in wrestling. Like the title is always like the end all be all what you want, unless it's otherwise, obviously stated, right? Like some people want revenge on someone, so that's why they're not going after a title at all times. For her, she's trying to get her title back, and I think her being upset at the interviewer because, of course I'm mad about this. Of course I want the title back. Like, duh, and she's a heel too, so she's supposed to, react in that way. I think it was good. And it was another thing I liked about the North when they lost. They were visibly, you could see they were angry that they lost the freaking titles. And I think that's important. And I think that's something that sometimes is missed in wrestling. Nowadays, sometimes people aren't as upset that they lost the title per se, like in storyline, in character. But I mean, I thought it was good. I think she's very much so improved too from like the first time we saw her. I think she's one of the best. Like she reminds me a lot of Tessa, which I feel like at this for personal reasons is probably not the greatest comparison at this point in time. But at the same time, I feel like she kind of picked up where Tessa had left off, because Tessa was really good when she had her head on straight. So I think Deonna's just good. Like she's just good and continues to prove it, time after time. So
I definitely agree with that. So the next match we had was the AAA Reina del Reyna's championship on the line. The challenger Deonna Purrazzo was going up against the champion Taya Valkyrie. So this is a rematch from Rebellion here, which I thought this was a good match. Was it better than their? I don't think it was better than their Rebellion match. I really enjoyed that match a lot better. But I like how Deonna Purrazzo was working on Taya Valkyrie's arm a lot during the match. I feel like both these women had really good chemistry, and I feel like Taya Valkyrie, she had more of the upper hand during this match. Like she knew what to expect from Deonna Purrazzo quite a bit. That they have really good counters with each other. But it's more with the results what happened after the match. So we had Taya Valkyrie retain the title, and then we had the return of Mia Yim. she came out, which that I was not expecting Mia Yim, which I'm happy she's back. I'm happy she's back in, Impact here, or she was formerly going as Jade, when she was part of the whatchamacallit,
The Dollhouse, right?
part of the Dollhouse, yeah, with Tara Terrell and
Marty Bell.
Marty Bell, yeah. So I'm happy that Mia Yim is back in Impact. I think it's really good, and it adds more to this Knockouts division. So I thought it was really good stuff here. What was your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I thought this match was pretty good. I don't know how I feel about Taya. Like, I've never really liked Taya. She's always came off a little bit slow for my personal liking. I never want to say she's not good because I think she is good. She just doesn't come off as fluid as I expected her to, I guess. And I feel like sometimes she's a little bit slow for her moveset. Like, she has a very like lucha. She's formerly from AAA, so she has a lot of lucha style within her wrestling, but I think sometimes
Hit
it
love
feels like
arm drags.
yeah, I just feel like sometimes she moves a little bit slow for the style that she presents, and I don't know if maybe that sometimes like that's her rushing a little bit, like her like rushing, trying to move so fast to the next move. Because I'm sure there is more methodical. There's a more methodical aspect into the lucha libre style too. So like I don't know, like I feel like she would fit better as more of a methodical wrestler, even as a face than she does as this kind of like trying to rush and get every little lucha, as we used to call them, lucha thing in every time. Good lucha things in every time. Like I just feel like that's my only issue with her. Like I like her. I think she's pretty good. Like I think she does good work. I just think sometimes she feels a little slow. In terms of like the way her moveset is set up, but it was cool to see Mia Yim back. I was excited. Wasn't expecting it. I tried my best to stay off social media as much as I could in terms of trying to watch this show, and I was thoroughly surprised, and it was a good surprise. Like I was like, okay, cool, Mia Yim's back. Now what's her beef with Deonna Purrazzo becomes more of a question, becomes more. I was thinking about Mercedes Martinez, but becomes more of a question because Deonna don't have anything for you to come try to get now. So maybe there's personal animosity.
They go back to their NXT days.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe and that would be good. I think if they incorporate that in. Were they both in the Cruiserweight Classic? Did they fight in the Cruiserweight Classic at all?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I might have to check that up later, but I don't think so.
Yeah, because I think Deonna didn't like. I think she got eliminated like first round, right?
Yeah, she did get eliminated first round.
Yeah, so I don't think they did, but just kind of there's a story there. There's a good story there that's worth going after, and I think they should do it. But I'm excited Mia Yim's back, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then next we had another backstage segment with Trey Miguel is getting interviewed by Gia Miller. Basically he was promising that he was going to get his X Division title back, and he was saying how him and Ace Austin, they had their feud's been going on for like quite a long time, like ever since Ace Austin has been there, like ever since like 2020. Like I feel like every single pay-per-view we had, Ace Austin versus Trey Miguel in some type of match or like a multi-man match, and Trey Miguel even mentioned that, the only time he's beat Trey Miguel was like a tag team match, in which he's not happy with that. But what's your thoughts on this promo?
Yeah, I thought it was a good promo. My thoughts on it, Trey Miguel is good. I like a little bit more serious Trey Miguel. Of course, when he left, or not when he left, but also when he left, he was a part of the Rascals, and they were a little bit more, jokey and a lot of fun. But to see him kind of flip that switch and become a little bit more serious, even as a face, I think it's been good. I've enjoyed his and Ace Austin's feud. It was a little interesting at first with the mom involved, but would have been a good time to bring that up with Mother's Day weekend. But but still, like I feel like their feud has always been good and always produced good matches. So I was excited for the match. I mean, a good interview that wasn't necessarily needed. I don't know, but I liked it though.
Yeah, I agree. And then the next match we had was the X Division Championship match. Ace Austin was defending the title against Trey Miguel, which, like I said, these guys put on some banger matches, and these guys know each other inside the ring and outside of the ring. Like I thought it was really good. I like how commentary was mentioning that Ace Austin, he's going to be in the best of the Super Juniors for New Japan, so he's going to be representing Impact. So like, you know what? Yeah, they're probably going to have Ace Austin retain the title here because with him taking the title into that tournament, like represent Impact. I thought that'd be a good thing. But I thought it was a really solid match here. Ace Austin won by the fold. Solid match here. Yeah. Your thoughts on the match?
I can't disagree with this. I think. Let me look. I'm trying to look at the other matches right off. I mean, Steve Mack and Saban might have been match of the night, but this was either a close second or 1A 1B type feel. This was one of the best matches of the night, and they do this every time. Like Trey Miguel and Ace Austin do this every single time. They have the chemistry down. They know each other, and then the fact that they've been doing this for a while, in terms of having this feud for so long, it kind of brings up a little bit more of the, they know each other type of a feel, right? He knows what he's gonna do before he does it, and that type of thing. Like even like with that springboard reversal, I had never really seen anything like that. And maybe I've had my eyes closed for a couple years or something, but I had never really seen anything like that reversal that Ace Austin did when Trey Miguel was going to do his little springboard. He kind of just did like an arm drag off the top of the, off the top rope. That was good. That was amazing. And Trey Miguel seemed a little frustrated, especially early on in this match. And I mean, Ace Austin seems to get you that way. I feel like I do feel like Miguel's entrance is awesome. It might just need a little bum from DJZ or something. I feel like I think it might be missing. But definitely,
he needs his manager. He needs his manager there, GM Miller, because in the Indies, apparently, I don't know if they're a real couple or something, but like when he comes to Wrestle Revolver, GM Miller is his manager, which I think is pretty interesting.
Oh yeah,
she's pretty easy on the eyes, if you know what I mean. She's pretty easy on the eyes. Or maybe they're missing Man Fulton. That's what it is. Man Fulton's missing from this.
That's what
Man Fulton's missing for you.
I felt like this match got really disrespectful between the two because it was kind of every time Ace Austin gets in the ring with Trey Miguel, it's always a little personal. I feel like, and then the apron reversal sequence was really good. Just the control on the apron by both of these guys. I just thought it was really fun. I thought the fold finish was really good. Just that transition into that was amazing. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was a really good match. And then the next match we had was DJ's favorite match here. We had Honor No More going up against the Bullet Club. DJ, let me hear your thoughts because I know you got some thoughts on this match here.
I don't have many because I didn't watch it. I was gonna go back and watch it, and then the review happened, but I was not ready for this. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. Like this is the first time in a while where I've just been like, not gonna watch it. And that's how I felt about this one. Like it's weird because it feels like they got like I like Honor No More a lot, but it feels like Honor No More is just like the faction that goes up against other factions. Like they don't do anything else but just go up against other factions. So I mean, I'm a little 10-man tagged out at this point. I can't take it.
I thought this was what's the word I might put this? I thought this was a match full of fuckery. That's what this was. Like there was so much chaos in this match, and that shows you how 10-man tag team matches go. Like, you forget, like, oh, who's the legal man at some points? Or, like, they're doing all these crazy high spots, or everybody's trying to get their moves in like, a short amount of time. Like, right at the beginning, we see him, you know, like, we see a big brawl happening. They all spill out to the outside. Like, this is just way too much that's going on for me. Like, sometimes I have a hard enough watching a 2-on-2 match, let alone having 10 guys in there, you know, go like, oh, who's the legal guy in here? And, like, you got some people, you know, throwing themselves over the ropes, you know, doing the, you know, big, huge spot, like someone diving on to, like, a big pile, you know, and the crowd go like, holy shit, you know, those type of chants. That's what this match was. It was fuckery. That's what this match was here. But Honor No More did end up winning this match here, which I was quite honestly surprised. I thought Bullet Club would get the win, and Bullet Club, you know, they were very over with this, you know, Cincinnati crowd here. You know, they were going like, too sweet, whoop whoop, too, and you know, and Jay White, he was so over here. But yeah, like I said, Honor No More won with hitting the Proton Pack when it's like a backpack stunner, and like when yeah, it's like a backpack stunner, and I think it's Matt Taven, he does like a running kick. So I thought it was good. I can't remember who got pinned though. I know it was one of the Bullet Club guys, but I don't remember. Like I said, way too much stuff going on in this match. It was crazy chaos in this match here. What was the next match? Oh yeah, the next match then we had was the Impact Knockouts Championship match. Tasha Steelz was defending the title against Havoc. Thoughts on this match? You seem like you did not enjoy this match.
It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It's just something about Havoc I can't do. Like, I don't know what it is.
It's because she's a big girl.
No, it's like, it's just something about Havoc I cannot do. I don't know what it is, but like, she's not doing it for me. Like, I like Tasha Steelz. I mean, she was twerking more than Katie Forbes in this match, but I mean, Havoc just wasn't doing it for me. I was a bigger Havoc fan before, but I'm just not a fan. Like, I don't know. Like, she doesn't have the look to me. Like, she feels slow. She feels sluggish. I don't know if she's necessarily sloppy. I think I've heard that before, but don't take my word for it because I don't really know that right off. But like, I'm just not a fan. And sorry, Rich Swann, because I know y'all are friends, but like, I'm just not a fan of Havoc. I think this match lasted way longer than it should have for the people that were in it, and I'm not talking about Tasha Steelz. This match almost felt like it drug on for me. I was not having it. This was not a pick me up after the 10-man tag. It wasn't even that. It wasn't that it was that bad. It was just like I just can't do Havoc. I can't. I'd rather have Rosemary. Can't do Havoc.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how Havoc, you know, she's getting the title shot now, like after Rosemary, you know, she just got it. So I kind of find it interesting. It was a decent match, but I definitely agree how the match did last way too long than it needed to. I like, is this match over yet? I was about to skip over this match a little bit. But I definitely agree. I mean, I like when Tasha Steelz was doing her twerking. I mean, it wasn't enough of it, but like I enjoyed it. I mean, not as much as I enjoy Kiera Hogan though. I wish Fire and Flavor was still a team.
I do miss Fire and Flavor. What? Was somebody banned from ringside or something? The girl that runs with Tasha Steelz?
I don't think so.
You know what I'm talking about? Oh. I thought that was
Savannah Evans. I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
It was weird that she wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't think she was banned from ringside. I mean, she possibly could have been, but for my notes here, I don't think she was banned from ringside. But she probably could have been. I don't know. I probably could have missed over it or something like that. But like I said, I mean, it was decent. But like, I don't know. I just feel like these two women, they don't really like their styles don't really mesh up all together. It's like not just because
that's because Havoc looks slow and sluggish.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I definitely say that. But I do like the point when Tasha Steelz, she hit a cutter from the top, like she hit a springboard cutter. That was nice. I
You
don't
know,
know. What's that? Go ahead.
oh, forgive me. Havoc looks like she just comes off as like an indie wrestler to me. Like she just doesn't look the part. Like, and I know she's a professional. I know she's made plenty of money, and
Is
I'm
she
sure
the
she's
most
better than.
professional?
No, I'm sure she is far better than I'm ever going to give her credit for. But just to me, she looks like the indie wrestlers that they wanted to pick as giants. That's how I'm going to put it to be nice.
That's a good way to put it. I agree with that.
I literally remember an indie show I went to where somebody looked smack like Havoc. I'm not even gonna lie, and it was better than Havoc. That's the issue that I'm having.
I mean, but then, like, there were some good sequences that happened in this match, but I'm happy that Tasha still retained. Like, there was like no doubt in my mind that Tasha Stills wasn't going to retain.
I do think the crucifix bomb thing, the pin aspect of it is the perfect finish for a bigger opponent because how the heck they gonna ever flip over? It's like a fish out of water.
It kind of didn't look believable. Some of the moves that Tasha Stills wasn't looking believable.
And I think like that's the hard part. Like, how do you get the momentum to even flip her over like that?
Yeah.
But like once you get her in that position, you should be good. Hope no one takes that out of context. Like you should be completely like you should win the match. Like
pause. yeah, you should be good there. But yeah, let's move on to the next match. So we had the Impact World Tag Team Championships on the line. Violent by Design defending the titles against the Briscoe Brothers. And DJ, what's your thoughts on this match here?
excellent, 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 and even more excellent. The Briscoes, I mean, they're legends. What can you say? And then having EY come out here and do his thing. Like, I mean, of course, he's a legend at this point too. Just amazing. Of course, Violent by Design kind of gets the upper hand because Joe Doring attacked the Briscoes. I want to give a shout out to Diener. Like I really do for trading shots with Mark Briscoe. I got to give a shout out to him. I'm glad that the Briscoes are champs. But I got to tell you, this might have been Diener's best showing, especially with Violent by Design. I've always felt like he's always come off as the weak link, and not because he's bad at all, just more so because it's just kind of come off like that. I guess because of the stature of the other two, but I think Diener had a really good showing in this match. Like I think he just looked really impressive. He looked like he belonged in this match, and I'm happy about that. Now they got to bring in Jake something to make this team something.
Hey, I see what you did there. No, I thought this was a really good match. Like there were some points where I go like, oh, maybe Violent by Design might retain the titles here. Because, like, it just had me going, like, I didn't know who was going to win this. But I was so happy when I marked out when the Briscoes won this match here. They won it by a Doomsday device, which was really good. And I definitely do agree with Diener has this was probably his best showing that he had. And maybe, like the Briscoes, because, they were carrying this match, like maybe because the Briscoes, I never seen a bad Briscoes match. Like, I have never seen one up to this point, and I thought it was a really good match here, and I'm happy.
It's not too late to send him to Saudi.
Oh God, no! Please don't. No, don't do that. But yeah, new tag team champions, the Briscoe Brothers. And then after this, we had a segment with Moose coming out to the ring. Basically, he was saying he's done so much for this company and saying that he's going to hijack the show. And if Scott D'Amore doesn't come out in at least like 30 seconds, he's going to jump over the barricade and, beat up these sons of bitches. That's how he was wording it, basically. And then we had this vignette come up. Like, they've been teasing this for a while. It said EGV, which... when I was watching the promos before, I was like, this gotta be Sam McCallahan. because I saw like a broken bone or something, like an X-ray, and I seen like Eddie Edwards get blocked out. I seen like Moose getting shaded out or whatever, um like that. And then finally, the name came up, Sami Callihan. So Sami Callihan's finally back from his injury, which I'm happy about, and it's nice seeing Sami Callihan back, and he drops Moose here with the pile driver here, which I thought was really good. It was really good here. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, I was excited to see Sammy back. I'm glad he's back. Sammy is one of my favorite wrestlers. I just like him so much. He's just so good. Glad he's back. Want to see what he's gonna do with Moose. Besides drop him on his head, because I know that's gonna happen again. But
he's gonna spit on his hand. He's gonna slap him.
But I'm excited he's back. That was good. I'm surprised they went this direction to bring him back, like after a promo or something. But still good.
Yeah, I really wasn't expecting Sami Callihan to show up on this show. Like, I thought maybe they're going to wait a while to have him return, but yeah, apparently he's very ready to go, which I'm happy. I'm happy to see what Sami Callihan has in store. And then now we had the main event for the Impact World Championship. We had Josh Alexander defending the title against Tomohiro Ishii. And this was a hard-hitting match. This was a very hard-hitting match. It's like a very strong style type of match. A lot of chops from both guys. Like very, very hard-hitting. And it took Josh Alexander, multiple times. He had to hit a whole bunch of German suplexes in this match. Like I don't know, he's looking like Brock Lesnar out there, taking him to Suplex City. And he was doing that same thing with Moose at Rebellion. Which I feel like this Josh Alexander title run, it kind of reminds me of like a Kurt Angle type of run. And Josh Alexander, there's a lot of similarities between Josh Alexander and Kurt Angle. They both they're both built the same kind of, and like I like when Josh Alexander was going for that the moonsault top rope. Like yeah, this is like Kurt Angle-esque. And I feel like that's the type of title reign that Josh Alexander is going to have here. But no, I thought this was a very good match. A lot of good false finishes in this match from both guys. Yeah. But yeah, it was a really solid match here. But I didn't think for a second that Josh Alexander was going to lose his title. I mean, because Tomohiro Ishii, he's fully over there with like New Japan and stuff, but it's cool seeing him over here and stuff. But thoughts on this match?
I mean, Ishii pretty much sent Jonah out of Impact, so that happened. That's something I don't understand. I don't know why he's gone already. I don't know if it was an Impact thing. I don't know if it was a him thing. Probably a him thing. Is what I'm going to guess. But because I'm sure they didn't want to bring him in for 2 months or whatever, just have him leave. I mean, not Jonah. It seemed like they were trying to build him up, but good. I mean, definitely was good stuff from both of these guys. It was a knockdown, drag out type of a match. Like a battle of toughness, if you will. And I also love that Ishii would do anything he possibly can to not tap. That was fun, like that show of toughness by grabbing the referee, rolling around, whatever he can do.
Didn't even start biting the hand or biting. I thought he bit at some points.
I think so. Yeah. That was good. Like that. I think that was just good little, the little psychology. But, I mean, just a really good match. I mean, both of these guys are just really good. I mean, I think Alexander's going to have a pretty good run, coming up soon. Like literally as we speak. So I hope, I hope to see like what this means, like, who challenges him, how it goes. And I think because Josh Alexander has put on some bangers since he's become a singles guy, and his rise through the singles ranks have been quick and fast. So to see what they do with him next is definitely going to be good. I'm excited.
And I hope it's not like a transitional champion because like I said, he's doing some really good stuff. I mean, ever since that match he had, I think it was last year, or maybe the year before, he had that Iron Man match against I think it was
but I think it was against Trey Miguel?
It was against Trey Miguel, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I think his coming out party was that triple threat with Trey Miguel and Ace Austin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was like a Rebellion, maybe something like that. But yeah, great match here, solid match. I'm happy that Josh Alexander retained. And now the next show that's coming up for Impact is Slammiversary. So we'll see where they go, like building up to that show. That's coming up here next month, which is crazy. But which I think is like their biggest show of the year, rather than I mean, Battle for Glory is big, but like I always just been a bigger fan of Slammiversary. But final thoughts on the show, DJ?
I have none. I mean, just a really good show. I think if you want to watch a good wrestling show, you should go watch this one. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want to watch a good wrestling show from the weekend of the 7th, 8th, and the 9th is not the weekend, but if you want to watch a good wrestling show from the weekend of the 7th, you should watch this one.
Okay. DJ, you want to send us on out? Send us on home
Yep.
here?
I'll try my best. As always, you can listen to us Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor. Just Google us. We're Googleable. You can.
Also, that's a T-shirt you can get on Pro Wrestling Tees.
On Pro Wrestling Tees. So we have T-shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees. The podcast is everywhere you can Google. And also, the video of the podcast, of course, is on YouTube as well. Still working on like clips and stuff for like Facebook and TikTok and stuff like that, but working on that as well. Original content on TikTok too. So as always, hope you guys enjoy. Appreciate Justin for coming by. The Impact Gurus signing out. Until